and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
The first step is make an appointment. Come on into my office. Let's sit around the table. Let's talk about what you're looking for, what your needs are, what your budget might be. And let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. And get a house that you're going to be happy with. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done. Once you find a good lot, let's get it reserved because there's a very limited number of lots in this town. And then start designing that floor plan that's going to be perfect for you. Next thing you know, we're moving dirt.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Build with us. Work safe, go home proud. We're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back, on and off the job site. If you're ready to be part of a company where your safety and success come first, visit Schwezo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com and apply today. Schwezo Construction, 40 years strong and still building the future.
Central and Western Nebraska, this one's for you. On March 7th, Love Nebraska brings the pro game to the Heartland Event Center in Grand Island for a 7 p.m. showdown with Love Salt Lake, presented by FNBO. No long drive, no watching from afar, just live action in your backyard, featuring powerful serves, high-flying attacks, and the kind of intensity that builds with every rally. This is your chance to experience Nebraska volleyball up close as the entire state comes together for one big night. Get your tickets now at lovbneb.com/tickets.
Looking for something fun tonight? Axe throwing, local beer, and great vibes are waiting at Arbor Axe House. From casual nights out to celebrations and team events, it all starts here. Reserve a lane today at arboraxe.com. Arbor Axe House at the corner of N Street and Antelope Valley.
Good morning, Breakers. This is Scott Miller from Midwest Bank. When I recently joined Midwest Bank, I was immediately impressed by our exceptional service. My first customer made the switch from a large corporate bank and didn't have to wait in line or call a 1-800 number. We treated him like family. He now visits the bank just to say hello. While other banks go corporate, we stay Nebraska. Visit us at midwest.bank or drop by a branch today. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell and Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
A membership with John Henry's will fast-track you to front-of-the-line service, seasonal tune-ups, and far fewer unexpected moments. That means no breakdowns, no waiting on a call, and no nonsense. It's consistent care that prevents small issues from turning into big bills. Join the Comfort Club and get VIP treatment 365 days a year with 24-hour priority response, member-only discounts, and peace of mind on your home's most expensive systems. Call John Henry's.
John Henry's Plumbing, Heating
and Electrical.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome into a presentation of high school girls state basketball on 93.7 The Ticket. Girls state basketball on The Ticket is presented by Union Bank and Trust, Nebraska Hematology Oncology, Concordia University, Nest 529 Direct Plan, Peru State College, General Excavating, the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, Doane University, Play It Again Sports, Sunbelt Rentals, the Nebraska Army National Guard, Big Ten Sports Bar, the NDOT Highway Safety Office, and Jimmy John's. Now calling all the action, here is Nick Sainer.
To Pinnacle Bank Arena, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert alongside Jay Foreman in our first semifinal Friday matchup. Jay, good morning to you, my friend. We've got an exciting one on deck here from Pinnacle Bank Arena in Class C1 action. It's coming up in just a moment between Milford and Gothenburg. Milford, obviously known for their outstanding future Division I volleyball player, Shayla Rottenberg. Right. But here's one thing about Gothenburg. They can shoot the basketball to the best of them. We're going to see them, especially from Zoe Beveridge. She's the leading scorer. She scored over 400 total points this season. This is going to be a great one.
Yeah, styles make fights. And obviously, you got the Twin Towers of Milford, and obviously led by Rottenberg. But when you have Zoe Beveridge that can light it up both from mid-range and deep, you're going to try to make the big Twin Towers come out and guard, get them in foul trouble, try to do a little bit like Lincoln Christian was able to do last year in the championship game.
Yeah, once again, as they're announcing starting lineups behind us right now between Milford and Gothenburg, it'll be our first game of 6 today on semifinal Friday. We've got 2 C1 semis coming up first, then Class A action, then Class B action. To end the evening, we'll have broadcast teams of myself and Jay, obviously, myself and Austin. Tristan Gomez will be on the call as well for some of these. And so we've got a full lineup ready for you to bring you all the action from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Now let's talk about Shayla Rottenberg just a little bit more. Obviously, going to more than likely be a Division I volleyball player. Yeah. She's exceptional at basketball, and it's not just because she's taller than everybody else.
No, she's gotten better every single year. She's dominant and expanded her range from being just under the hoop. She has a face-up game, extremely athletic, dominating on the boards, both offense and defense. And so, look, she's I think, on the under 19 Olympic team and showcased herself really well. And obviously volleyball is obviously something that her mom played, but her mom was a really good basketball player as well and played a little bit of both while she was at college. So I don't think it's anything a far stretch that she could possibly do that wherever she chooses to go. But the great thing about, Shayla is that when she's in basketball season, it's 100% basketball. And sometimes you can have players try to overextend themselves. That's what I think the biggest improvement is this year, is that they learn from last year's lessons, but she's gotten better. So everybody else is forced everybody else to get even that much better.
Yeah, Milford has never won a state championship in their school history, but it's their 4th appearance in the state tournament, And for Milford, 25-1 on the year. Their lone loss came to a Class B school, a team we're going to see later today in the Norris Titans. They lost by just 8 points. Right. So just because it's Class C1 doesn't diminish the product at all.
Yeah, they were choosing to challenge themselves, play one of the better teams in Class B. And I think that's also, as you grow in the program, you look for challenges, but it doesn't matter the class. And they have gotten a lot better, both at the guard play, but then obviously at the 2 center and forward positions with Rottenberg and Miller.
Well, you talk about it. We mentioned it multiple times yesterday on still our quarterfinal action. Is the youth on one side against maybe experience on the other side. That's basically what we have today. Milford comes in 1 year older, just one senior in their starting lineup, and that is Kylie Jacob, who's going to be doing a lot of the ball handling as the ball is brought up the floor. She's a 5'6" senior guard. Number 2, a 5'5" sophomore guard, Adeline Cisneros. Number 3, a 5'7" sophomore, Abby Crabtree. Number 11, the 6'4" sophomore, averaging 19 points and 13 rebounds a game, Shayla Rottenberg. And then number 33, a 6'1" junior, Ashlyn Miller. For the Swedes of Gothenburg, 21-4 on the campaign. It's their 12th appearance in the state tournament. Lindley Anderson, Zoe Beveridge, Halsley Tamala, Ellie Wyatt, and Aubrey Hall are out there. But how about this? 4 seniors and a junior for the Gothenburg Swedes out there on the floor.
Yeah, experience against the youth. Which he's going to win today, but I think the experience in Milford that you learned last year is going to pay dividends.
We're ready to go as Milford will initially control the tip, but Gothenburg has it. Gothenburg will look to push the pace. A high-powered offensive team as Rottenberg clears the miss on the first attempt. She immediately gets doubled, and a whistle and a foul is called against the Gothenburg Swedes. As we progress throughout the state tournament, the crowds continue to get better. Look at Milford represented.
I've been very, very impressed. Obviously, Kearney probably set the standard, and Milford is right behind them and maybe even matched it. Probably doesn't have the population, but I think the energy is here. And right off the get-go, right? A little bit of a mishap on the tip. Shayla was able to corral her first rebound of the game.
Yeah, it's been fun because the best student sections have been Kearney and now Milford, 2 teams that aren't even from the capital city. Here on the left side, it is for Milford, Abby Crabtree. Crabtree with the basketball. She's working on the defender at the top of the key, stops at the free throw line, kicks out right side. Now the entry pass down low to Rottenberg. They immediately double her. She goes out of bounds as she was unable to haul in the pass. It's a turnover going to the Gothenburg Swedes.
The Swedes came out with a little bit of a 3-2 zone, trying to collapse on Rottenberg, and they tried to go a little bit of high-low just off of her hands. One thing about Rottenberg is she has really good hands where she keeps the ball above her head, so they're going to keep trying to come back to that.
7:20 to go in this one. You can tell this one's going to be a good ball game. Competitive on the left side. Here's Tamala, 3-point attempt on the way. It's no good. It's just off the front rim, but an offensive rebound for the moment. And then a jump ball will be called, and the possession arrow gives it to the Milford Eagles.
Yeah, the Swedes aren't going to back down from Gothenburg. They're going to continue to play their game. They feel like they can get hot at any point in time from both mid-range and long range. And so Milford's going to have to do a good job. You got a good three-quarter court, 1-3-1 kind of zone press to kind of get them off of their kilter. Big thing, Nick, we talked about shot clock. That's why they're doing it.
Here's Adeline Cisneros in the corner now to Crabtree. Right side with it. It is Jacob. Jacob with the basketball. Dribbles into the free throw line. Crabtree, 3-point try on the way. No good. Great box out down low by the Gothenburg Swedes on Rottenberg. And it allows Tamala to go untouched for the defensive rebound for Gothenburg. Here comes the Swedes. Lindley Anderson now in the lane. Tamala. Tamala's shot's blocked by Rottenberg. And the defensive glass is cleared by Milford.
Yeah, one of the things Milford has to do is get the ball movement going and really look for the Twin Towers in there because they work well together. You got to just move it and catch Gothenburg.
Rottenberg and Miller are those 2 tall players that Jay's referring to for Milford as Milford works on offense. 16 seconds on the possession, 6:16 to go. Still looking for our first points in this one. At the top of the key now, right wing to Crabtree. Crabtree, one-handed pass over to left wing to Cisneros. Cisneros back the other way, near corner, 3 on the shot clock. Floater on the way now to Rottenberg. Layup will not go, and that's going to be a defensive rebound as the shot clock expired as soon as the Swedes got the defensive board. An errant pass is controlled by Gothenburg. Tamala tries her second three, and we have our first points in this one.
You know, sooner or later what Gothenburg does, they get off of a make or miss. They get into their secondary break, trying to go one pass, maybe two, opposite side. Big-time three there for Gothenburg.
Here is Crabtree bringing it across the timeline with 2 seconds to spare. Now on the right side, she picks up her dribble, no one to pass it to as Gothenburg works in that zone defense. And here they are as they tip the pass out of bounds. It'll be Milford basketball.
Yeah, you know, you see Milford right now getting a little frustrated by this zone because Gothenburg is doing a really good job of collapsing down on Rothenberg. Almost 2 players are trying to box her out to keep her off the offensive glass. So in order to get some easier shots, they're going to have to move it to the weak side and then dump it in.
Entry pass down low for Rottenberg underneath the hoop. Her shot is blocked, and a whistle and a foul is called. And that was a tough call. I don't think Gothenburg head coach Tim Strasser liked it. I think he felt like she got all the ball on that play, but Rottenberg's going to line to shoot too.
Yeah, Coach Strasser wants to look at the replay, but I'm going to tell you about Coach Strasser. I think Gretna East coaches probably is the leader in the wheelhouse and you know the swag. Strasser is probably a close second. What do you think, Nick?
Yeah, I like it. He's got the clear glass frames too.
Yeah, I mean he's got the Dylan Raiola fashion glasses. He's got the Jordan Dunks on.
That's true.
White pullover.
There's something clean about a white pullover, too. Second free throw on the way for Rottenberg. No good. Rims out, and it'll be 3-1 your score. Gothenburg out in front by a pair. Here comes Zoe Beveridge. Beveridge with the basketball. Now on the left side, she has it. Dribble with her left hand with some tape around her right thigh. She got her defender to drop down to the floor. 3-point try on the way will not fall. Rebound tipped around a couple of times. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Ashlyn Miller of Milford, and so it'll be Gothenburg basketball underneath their own bucket.
Yeah, Gothenburg is got Milford a little bit confused right now to what to do on offense. I think as this game goes on, Milford's going to have to adjust if they're trying to open up their offense. 5
minutes and 10 seconds to go. Here's Beveridge on the right side. A fresh 35-second shot clock here for the Swedes as they lead it 3-1 over Milford. Milford, the number 1 team in Class C1 action here with a 25-1 record. Gothenburg, the floater on the way. It's good. Nice shot by Zoe Beveridge.
Yeah, really good job there. Zoe rocking her to sleep and a nice little mid-range floater.
4 Swede players ready to check into the next dead ball, hopefully to stay fresh here as Milford has the basketball near the logo. They get it to Crabtree, almost intercepted. Now down low to Rottenberg. The layup too easy for Shayla.
Yeah, you know, just like we've seen in a couple games yesterday and in the Class A and on Wednesday, get it to the high post, dump it to your low post. It's an easy 2 points.
Here come the Swedes wearing their maroon uniforms with the word Swedes across the chest and the Gothenburg logo on each side of the short. And we have an offensive foul. I believe they're going to get number 33 potentially. Or no, did they get a carry? No foul. It was a carry. I apologize on that as Beveridge tried to spin move at the elbow.
Yeah, it was a quick call. I thought it was a 5-second call, but it was a little bit of a carry. Good defense there by Milford, trying to get the ball back and get some more chances to get on the scoreboard.
5-3 is your score. Gothenburg out in front by 2. 4:15 to go in the first quarter here in the Class C1 semifinal. The winner to the state title. Down low, Rottenberg. She gets triple teamed, and her shot is blocked. And Gothenburg able to do a pretty good job for the most part against Shayla Rottenberg here in the early going. On the right wing, here's Gothenburg. Long three on the way. It is no good on the attempt by Ellie Wyatt, a senior guard, as she shot that well beyond the college line. Now an entry pass to Ashlyn Miller is bobbled. She's tiptoeing the baseline. The layup in the lane will not go. The rebound bounces on the rim 2 times. Miller trying to dive on the floor for that loose ball. It's going to be a jump ball, and the possession arrow gives it to Gothenburg.
A little bit of a late pass there by number 3, Abby Crabtree, trying to get it down the middle lane in the secondary break to Miller. Kind of got her discombobulated, so she missed the quick or easy 2-point game or 2-point shot to tie the game up. But you see Milford trying to maybe push the pace to try to get that high-low action going to try to get some easy buckets.
5-3 is your score. 3:35 to go in the first quarter here at the top of the key. It's Wyatt. Wyatt spin move, tough shot into the brick wall that is Rottenberg. However, Tamala clears the offensive glass and then throws it into the backcourt. That's going to be a turnover for Gothenburg.
Yeah, I think you're seeing right now Shayla Rottenberg paying dividends. And right, only has 2 points, but her ability to block shots and time it obviously comes from volleyball and a really good set of hands really is confusing Gothenburg once they get below the free throw line. So they're really going to have to hit some mid-range shots, Nick, and obviously 3-pointers, which is right in her wheelhouse.
Here is Crabtree. Walking it up the floor, she walks to the right wing. Now passing the opposite corner into the far side. Three-point attempt on the way, and it's good for number 21, Braylon Moeller. The sophomore forward puts Milford on top.
Yeah, right off the bench, and she lit it up from the corner. Now all the work that Gothenburg has been doing, now they have a 1-point deficit.
Here at the top of the key, it's Tamala. Tamala is the Milford supporters on their feet. Three-point attempt on the way. Gothenburg answers a Lindley Anderson three-point shot.
Yeah, I think we're going to start seeing this heating up. Obviously, Gothenburg lives and dies by the threes. This is right in their wheelhouse of getting the run and gun action.
8-6 your score in favor of Gothenburg. On the right side, it's Crabtree. Crabtree floater contested off the glass, just a tad too strong. And the rebound controlled by Gothenburg, but a reach-in foul on Abby Crabtree.
Yeah, Crabtree didn't really like that. She felt like Beveridge had the arm extended so she couldn't get in there and get her hand in the cookie jar. Too early to get frustrated. Pretty good game so far. Back and forth. We're starting to see the action pick up. It's going to be whoever can stay within their game plan and execute it the most. Now, you got a guard out there against Gothenburg, but you also got to slow the game down and try to get into a phone booth type of fight tonight.
Crabtree and Rottenberg take a seat for Milford, as here on the top of the key, it is Wyatt for Gothenburg. Gothenburg passes Beveridge, long three on the way, misses everything, offensive rebound, layup good.
You know, Nick, when you shoot a three that's so long, if you're not able to check out, Gothenburg's able to get the offensive rebound, easy 2 points.
Here, pushing the pace for a moment was Milford and Kylie Jacob. Jacob bringing the ball up the floor, passes right side now to Maylee Kubacek. Kubacek down low to Ashton Miller. She loses the basketball, and here comes Gothenburg after another Milford Eagle turnover. Here on the left side, three-point try to Mala.
Gothenburg starting to heat up. If I'm Milford, I need a timeout. You got it right there. You got to probably put Crabtree back in and Rottenberg. Back-to-back threes and then an easy 2 points off of offensive rebound. Momentum has definitely shifted to Gothenburg.
Gothenburg leads at 13-6 here. We'll step aside, come back here to Pinnacle Bank Arena on 93.7 The Ticket.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "you have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
Welcome back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket. Calling all the action, here is Nick Sainert.
Welcome back in Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Sainert alongside Jay Foreman with you. Gothenburg leads at 13-6 with 1:50 to go in the first quarter. As Milford had to call a timeout there, Milford will have to face some extended defensive pressure from Gothenburg now here in the first quarter. In the C1 semifinal, Milford's able to break it relatively easily. Now at the top of the key, it's Crabtree. Crabtree with 1:39 on the game clock. 21 seconds on the shot clock, and Jacob's going to get bumped and fouled by Ellie Wyatt of Gothenburg.
You know, the extended pressure has played into the hands of, obviously, Gothenburg, but it's also allowed them to play at their pace offensively. They're on an 8-0 run now after Milford took the 1-point lead. So Milford has got to just stay with their plan and start executing better on offense.
Sideline inbound coming up for the Milford Eagles here, as it's with 1:34 and a fresh 35 remaining here in the first quarter. Jacob with it on the right wing, guarded by Aubrey Hall. Now passes to Crabtree, who's guarded by Ellie Wyatt. Rottenberg falls down in the center of the lane. She's able to get back up, though. Now to Crabtree with 1:20 to go in the first quarter. 20 on the possession. Crabtree stops at the elbow, kicks it out. Three-point try on the way is just off. Offensive rebound, Rottenberg. She kept it high, missed the layup, and Tamala skies high for the defensive board. Here comes Tamala across the timeline, gets bumped by Crabtree, no whistle. Now in the lane, Tamala might have gotten away with a travel. Three-point attempt on the way, misses everything. And on the rebound, we're going to have an offensive rebound and a foul on Milford.
Yeah, you know, Gothenburg, their speed and quickness is paying dividends here. Both on the defensive end, they're able to recover. They're very strong and tough. And then offensively, with these long threes, they're able to kind of chase it and get the offensive rebound, get fouled, or get an easy 2 points.
Here's Tamala, 2 shots at the line after she got another offensive rebound. The first one is good. It's a 14-6 Gothenburg lead.
You know, in C1, Nick, you're looking at the records and who they play. You don't get a lot of crossover, and we see that, right? But also, you get so many drastic as far as the styles, right? Obviously, you got an up pace here in Gothenburg. more of an inside-outside game here in Milford. Right now, the pace and the speed and the three-point shooting is giving Milford some issues.
It is now 15-6. Milford needs to get this one in, and Rottenberg comes to save the day. Now, with less than a minute to go in the first quarter, Rottenberg needs some help. They get it. They only have 4 seconds to get it across. They only have 4 seconds. Now they get it up to Rottenberg, and they are safe. Now at the top of the key, Jacob. Entry pass to Miller. The double comes. Great deflection by Tamala. Jay, we're seeing Gothenburg have a really smart plan to counter the height differential, right? You look at the rebound numbers, Gothenburg out-rebounding them 11-5 so far.
Yeah, because they're only giving them one shot, and now they have a lot of offensive rebounds, and that's where the differential is at. But what they're doing is they're fronting the post, and then they're having late help on the backside. So you're making it uncomfortable to get it in there to the Twin Towers.
Now on the left side after the miss, the three-point try. Tamala! She hits another one. It's now a 12-point Gothenburg lead. And here's what I would say. The Gothenburg physicality right now, especially in the rebound department. Yeah. We saw Rottenberg initially had that offensive rebound. It was ripped away from her. The physicality is just too much right now for Milford.
And they're quick. They're like piranhas. Once you bring that ball down below your waist, they're getting two hands on it, and they're making it difficult for you to make a basket through contact.
Yeah, Milford's struggling to get the ball even inbounds in the full court as with 27 seconds to go in the first quarter, it's 18-6 Gothenburg out front of Milford.
Yeah, Milford's got to just stay patient, right? You're down by 12. It's only the first quarter, and, Gothenburg is putting so much pressure on you to get you out of your game. You got to get back into your game and start executing.
Here is Jacob. Jacob now to Cisneros. Cisneros left side to Miller. Miller drives on Tamala. Might have gotten away with a push. Got her to jump in the air. The layup will not fall. She gets it back. The second try. That time it's good with 10 seconds to go. Yeah, Gothenburg with 8 seconds. Here is Beveridge on the right side. Beveridge hesitates, steps back. The pass is top of the key. She traveled with it.
Yeah, right now, if I'm Milford, I like it. Got a little bit of momentum. Saw one go through the hoop. You got a chance maybe at a half-court shot. You get a little bit of a break to try to reset. Sometimes when you come in as the number one seed, you have way more pressure than obviously Gothenburg. And the style and the pace right now is giving Milford a lot of problems right now, but it's something that they can overcome.
2 seconds to go for Milford here in the first quarter. They get it up over the top to Crabtree. Crabtree's got a heave from half court. It's on the way.
Whoa.
It's good!
I told you.
Abby Crabtree. She drains it from beyond half court.
Way downtown. Bang. Crabtree was on time and on target. That's a great shot there.
They're going to confirm that it's good. I thought she got it off well before the horn. How about Crabtree? She makes it an 18-11 lead for Gothenburg here in the Class C1 semifinal matchup at Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Yeah, that was a great shot. Great. I mean, I thought they were going to try to maybe throw it maybe over half court to get it to Rottenberg, but you got it to Crabtree. Pretty feisty little player, and that three has brought Milford's student section and obviously their fans up out of their seats. So instead of being down 10, you're down 7. Momentum has shifted back to Milford, even though they're down in this game.
Let's take a 30-second timeout. Come right back here on 93.7 The Ticket.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "you have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls' state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
All right, welcome back in. It's 18-11 as we start the second quarter of play. Jay, I got a text that said, we're talking about my voice right now. The Abby Crabtree half-court shot to end the first quarter doesn't help it.
No, it doesn't, but that was a great shot. And pretty good that you got people that are worried about your voice. I'm not really worried about your voice.
I appreciate that, Jay. I never expected you to be worried about it. Here and though, as we play on in the start of the second quarter, we'll see if Milford can get some momentum. They draw a foul down on their end of the floor, and 2 shots coming up for Abby Crabtree.
Yeah, coming out in the second quarter, they had 2 easy shots there, one by Miller and Rottenberg that just wouldn't go in, and then the smallest young lady on the court, Crabtree, went in there, got an offensive rebound, put it back up. Now she's at the free throw line.
As the first free throw from Crabtree is good, and it's now 18-12. Gothenburg is up by 6 with 7.5 to go in the first half. Just underway in quarter number 2. Crabtree on the day with now 5 points after that beyond half-court shot to end the first quarter, and then those 2 free throws here. Wyatt tries to pop a tray on the way and banks in with 8. Now it's 21-13.
Nick, that's about the 4th bank 3 that we've seen so far in 2 days at Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Here on the left side, it's Jacob. Jacob brings it up the floor, guarded by Beveridge. Now she bounces it to Crabtree. Crabtree stops at the free throw line down low in the paint, and fouled from behind is Ashlyn Miller. Bodies colliding down that paint.
Well, Gothenburg is seen as sending 2 defenders at Rottenberg and knocked her down to the ground. That opens up spaces for Miller. She wasn't able to get a shot off, but now she's at the free throw line. This right now, it actually is working towards Milford. Obviously, you don't want to give up a bank 3 or any 3. Getting to the charity stripe, with the possibility of knocking into that deficit without the clock running, it gives you almost like a mini timeout, Nick, because you can gather yourself, because off of make or miss, Gothenburg is up and down the court. They're able to go 9 deep on their roster, so they're able to stay fresh.
21-14, your score, making 21-15 with 7:13 to go in the second quarter. Here is Ellie Wyatt will bring it up the floor across the timeline now on the right side. Tamala working on Crabtree. She spins, finds a cutting teammate on the right side. Layup is good for number 24, Grace Everett.
Yeah, a little bit defensive breakdown there by Milford. Backdoor cut, easy 2 points there for Gothenburg.
Milford now with the basketball. Gothenburg has called off the dogs, if you will, on the extended defensive pressure, not really trying to force a turnover like they were at the end of the first quarter. Now a little touch foul on Halsey Tamala.
Yeah, Coach Strasser is probably implored his team 3 quick fouls in the second quarter. You don't want to get into the bonus against Milford, a pretty good free throw shooting team. But Milford keeps getting to that free throw line, getting some easy shots.
That's number 2 on Tamala as a steal on the inbounds pass going back the other way with Gothenburg. They do not have numbers, so now they pick up their dribble, pass it to the right side. It's Tamala down low. Everett almost had it. Milford gets it back, though.
Picking up the pace on both ends now, which could work to Milford's advantage if they can just get a quick dump into the Twin Towers.
Here comes Crabtree. Crabtree at the top of the key. Dribbles to the right elbow. Now it's right side to Jacob. Jacob throws it over the top to Miller. She fakes left, goes right. Floater will not fall. Rebound tipped out by Rottenberg. Pass right side to Crabtree. Crabtree dribbles in. Mid-range jumper, good.
I think for Milford to get back into this game and possibly get the lead, Crabtree's going to have to come up big because the double team down on the paint and not working out well for Milford.
Beveridge trying to answer. She is bumped and fouled on a floater along the baseline as she tried to push the pace, and she's going to go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
Yeah, good drive there by Beveridge. It looked like she missed a shot. I think on after the shot, it was a little bit of body contact, I think, by number 2. But that's another missed opportunity for Milford to get into their secondary break. Now, both teams run secondary breaks pretty good. Obviously drastically different. You know what I'm saying, Nick? Obviously, Gothenburg is up and down, shooting the threes, whereas Milford's trying to get it high-low into their post.
Gothenburg looking to inbound. They get it in. Back to Beveridge. Three-point try on the way. No good. Just missed everything. Rottenberg bobbles the rebound. It's fought for, and it's going to stay with Gothenburg as Rottenberg wasn't able to hold on to it.
Yeah, you know, tracking the ball here in this obviously bigger court than they've been on is somewhat hard. Early in the morning, Rottenberg usually has really good hands just off her fingertips. Giving Gothenburg another opportunity.
Inbound left side with it. Number 33, Aaliyah Carlson. She passes off top of the key. Mid-range jumper, Beveridge.
Beveridge, it looked like a floater, but it was a good 15-foot jumper. Got to her right hand. Easy pull up there for Beveridge.
Here is Jacob. Jacob with the basketball. Passes it left side to Cisneros. Cisneros for the Milford Eagles on offense. Down by 8, 25-17 with 5.5 to go in the second quarter. Entry pass deflected out of bounds by Tamala.
Yeah, you know, the entry pass is what they're trying to do. What you have to do is get a little bit closer. It's floating too much. I call it a lollipop pass. You got to put a little bit more velocity on it because both of Miller and Rottenberg have good hands.
Crabtree, step back three on the way. It's good. Abby Crabtree starting to heat up.
Yeah, a little step back three. Crabtree is a competitor. She's feisty, and it will hit some big shots there for Milford.
Beveridge tries the same thing, a floater, barely grazes the front rim, and Milford collects the defensive rebound. Milford is down by 5, but they have the basketball a little under halfway through the second quarter. Crabtree driving to the lane, the floater, avoiding contact. Rebound tipped, controlled by the Eagles, and we have a whistle and a foul called. And if that's on Tamala, that's number 3 on her.
Yeah, you kind of sell out to try to not have Miller or Rottenberg to get second chance points, but there's going to be some fouls there when you send 3 bodies at one player. And so Miller and the rest of the cast of Milford has got to make the free throws. But also I'd like to see in their secondary break, I would like to see Rottenberg sprint from rim to rim and then catch it, and kind of like a layup drill.
First free throw for Miller is no good. Tamala's going to have to check out, probably sit down for the rest of the first half with those 3 fouls.
Yeah, and Tamala and Beveridge play really good together and off of each other. Beveridge is out of the game as well, so this is the perfect time for Milford to try to come back and dig into that lead or get a lead themselves.
Gothenburg, that was their 4th team foul of the quarter. The second free throw also no good as Rottenberg gets the offensive rebound. Cannot get the putback, though. Frustration starting to mount for Rottenberg as she's struggling on the offensive end. 3-point try. It's no good. Offensive board for Gothenburg. They put up a shot. It won't go. And Coach Strasser on that Gothenburg sideline is frustrated. And now we have a foul away from the ball on number 24, Grace Everett, for Gothenburg.
Yeah, right now you see Gothenburg is getting a little bit frustrated. One thing, Rottenberg is not making her shots close to the hoop, but one thing she will always be able to do is rebound and block shots.
So now that is team foul number 5 on the Swedes, and so Shayla Rottenberg will go to the line to shoot 2 shots. Milford trails 25-20 with 4:43 to go in the second quarter. First free throw on the way. It is no good. Milford struggling from the free throw line. They've missed almost half of them, 5 for 9 on the day.
Well, Dick, we've been doing this for 3 or 4 years, and whether it's the boys or girls tournament, every year we talk about free throws. It's the deciding factor in wins and losses, and also when you're trying to come back from a deficit, you have to make your free throws. You're not going to make every one, but you got to make a high percentage. Number 1, it provides momentum. Number 2, it allows you to stay in the game and play your style of basketball longer.
Zoe Beveridge checks back in for Gothenburg after a quick rest. The second free throw on the way for Rottenberg. That one is good. And so it is a 25-21 game with 4:43 to go in the second. Gothenburg leads by 4. They'll have the basketball here in just a moment. As Ellie Wyatt will bring it up the floor, the 5'6" senior guard. On the left side, it's Everett to Wyatt. Wyatt at the top of the key to Beveridge. Beveridge so far on the day, 4 points. Entry pass to Wyatt. She lost the control of her ball, and she gets fouled by Ashlyn Miller down low.
Yeah, Wyatt got bailed out right there because she really fumbled the ball and was looking to pass it, and the body contact of Miller allowed the ref to call the foul there. And it's getting a little chippy out here.
It is.
You see the little shoulder bump?
Baseline inbound coming up for Gothenburg.
Nothing wrong with a little competitiveness.
Beveridge to inbound. They get it in. Looking around. They get it back to Beveridge. Beveridge on Crabtree now working with it. Back to Aubrey Hall. Kicks it out Wyatt. Wyatt dribble drive floater off the back iron. It will not go.
Big
Almost
rebound.
went in. Great strong rebound by Ashlyn Miller, and Crabtree with Milford down 4 will bring it up the floor.
Big rebound there by Miller because usually Gothenburg early in this game has been getting offensive rebounds. Good rebound there by Miller.
Crabtree in the lane, layup good. It's a 2-point differential.
Yeah, Crabtree became the play today. She's going to really carry the water until Rottenberg and Miller gets going, but Crabtree's playing great.
3-pointer, Beveridge. Gothenburg up 28-23. She went over the smaller defender, rose up, and sunk it.
Yeah, Beveridge is a big-time player, and when she will hit big-time shots, is not afraid to pull the trigger from 3.
Here is Crabtree. Crabtree on the right elbow to the left wing into the far corner. Back to the left wing with it. Milford working around. Deflected pass taken away by Gothenburg. Beveridge does not have numbers. She'll stop, pass it into the left side. Now kick it out to Wyatt. Wyatt in the near corner. Back to Beveridge where she just hit the 3 a moment ago directly in front of us. Beveridge spin move in the lane. The floater off the glass won't go. She gets her own miss in the middle of 2 Milford Eagles, and Beveridge is able to connect.
Beveridge is starting to heat up right now. She's hitting the threes, and she's got the in and out game at both levels, towards the hoop and obviously in the middle of the lane as well.
Here comes Crabtree down 30-23 for Milford. Milford, Jacob with it in the far corner right in front of the Swedes bench. Dribbles to the left of the wing. Now Pass across the floor is deflected out of bounds. Last touch by the Swedes.
You know, one thing about Gothenburg and obviously Beverage is that they play at such a good pace and have the depth. They're able to kind of take rest on defense and allow themselves to rest. And then when they come on offense, the movement. And I want to say one thing also, the passing of Gothenburg is really confused Milford. What I mean by that is they're not able to set up their defense and let either Miller or Rottenberg just kind of camp out in the lane. They're able to pass and get shots up before they can adjust.
Milford to inbound. They get it into Crabtree. Crabtree with it along the sideline. Now dribbles in, right elbow, gets swarmed up by two defenders. Now Crabtree top of the key. A foul is called on Shayla Rottenberg away from the basketball.
Yeah, Wyatt had a pretty good hold on her around her waist, which didn't allow her to get out of the lane. They got a 5-second call in the lane, or 3 seconds call, excuse me. So Rottenberg is telling the ref is like she wouldn't let me get out of the lane. A little savvy move there by Gothenburg. And so Gothenburg withstood the run by Milford on a mini run right now. You got 2 minutes left. We're going to see who ends on with the momentum.
Yeah, Bryce Roth, the head coach of Milford, on that sideline pleading their case to the referee. Now on the top of the key left side, it's Beveridge. Beveridge with it, spinning around. She'll pull up again from three. That one's deflected by Crabtree. The rebound goes into the hands of Rottenberg with 2:21 to go in the first half. Here comes Milford. Jacob with the basketball, cross-court bounce pass to Crabtree. Crabtree steps up. Three-pointer is blocked, and a foul is called on Lindley Anderson. 3 shots coming up at the line for Abby Crabtree.
Yeah, Anderson a little bit too aggressive on the closeout. Coach Strasser is a little upset there. Obviously, it was a legitimate foul on the three-point shot, and that's not who you want to send to the free throw line.
30-23 is your score. 2:13 to go in the second quarter. Crabtree's first free throw is good. 2 more coming up for Abby Crabtree, who has 13 points on the day so far. That was also one thing to note is Lindley Anderson's 3rd personal foul as well. So now Gothenburg has 2 of their starters with 3 personal fouls. Abby Crabtree airballed the second free throw.
Yeah, with Anderson and obviously Tamala in a little bit of foul trouble, it's going to also affect you on the offensive end as well, because the way they dive to the hoop, if you get a charge, that's your 4th foul. And so if I'm Coach Strasser, I got to have a secondary plan coming out of halftime just in case.
And with 2:13 to go in the second quarter, it is now 30-25 after Crabtree goes 2 for 3 from the charity stripe.
You know, Milford's the number 1 seed, and they come in with only 1 loss. They're not just going to, fold under the pressure of Gothenburg. This is going to come down to the very last possession here, Nick, in the second half.
On the left side, it's Everett. Now worth it is Wyatt. Wyatt with 2 minutes until the halftime break. Wyatt, 3-point try on the way. Just a little too strong. Rebound collected by Rottenberg. And she passes up the floor to Jacob, who will bring it across the timeline. Here is Kylie Jacob for the Milford Eagles. Driving left side of the lane, kicks it out far side. Ashlyn Miller, 3-point try, no good. And the rebound collected by Beveridge as she weaves her way through traffic. Beveridge up the floor, she goes, hesitates, now backs it out, top of the key. Wyatt back to Beveridge. Beveridge from the left wing, dribbles now center of the lane, right side, up and under, scoop shot, will not fall. And the rebound is grabbed by Jacob for Milford.
Yeah, good defensive series there for Milford, forcing Gothenburg into a shot that they don't want. Obviously, got out of Beveridge's hand, worked into the advantage of Milford.
On the top of the key now, right side with it, Jacob. Jacob with the ball over her head, gets into Rottenberg. She sealed the defender, gets the bucket with the foul.
That's what you have to do, just be patient. But, Nick, I think the 2-point and potential 3-point play by Rottenberg was set up by the quick passes of Milford. Gothenburg couldn't set up their defense.
30-27. 1:13 to go in the second quarter. Rottenberg with 1 free throw coming up. She has 6 points and 9 rebounds, making 7 points and 9 rebounds for her in this first half.
Shayla's going to keep competing. Now when you look at the scoreboard, you're only down by 2, because if you looked at the game, you probably think Gothenburg will be up by double digits.
Yeah. Here on the left side, Beveridge gets bumped and fouled by Cisneros. And we'll have a sideline inbound coming up here for Gothenburg.
Right now, if I'm Coach Roth, I'm probably, feeling pretty good. We haven't played the best, but Gothenburg has played really, really well. We're only down by 2. If you get another defensive stop, you can tie this game up.
30-28, your score. They inbound it to Wyatt. Wyatt kicks it out near corner. 3-point try on the way. It's no good, just a tad offline. And It's rebounded defensively by Milford, but they lose the basketball but get it right back. Jacob has it across the timeline. They go less than a minute to play in the first half here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. On the right side, Jacob to give Milford the lead. No good. Rebound fought for. Rottenberg gets it, misses the layup. Here comes Beveridge. Beveridge across the half-court line. She drives left side, now backs out, hesitates, and she's clipped and fouled at the body by Cisneros.
Yeah, a little bit of a dipsy-do there by Beveridge. Faked like she was coming out, drove, picked up the foul. Now Milford is one foul away of putting Gothenburg in the bonus, which plays in the Gothenburg's hand.
Gothenburg 0 for their last 4 shooting. They haven't scored in the last 2 minutes and 44 seconds. Baseline inbound here. Shot clock is off for Gothenburg. They inbound it, get it back to Beveridge. Beveridge now to Wyatt for the Swedes. Now they bobble the Bass, and we're going to have a bump and a foul called on Zoe Beveridge.
Yeah, a little bit of a mishandle there. Zoe Beveridge, they were having a double pin down, going to elevator screen on the wing there. Little miscommunication there led to the turnover, which then, led to a foul. Now Milford is at the free throw line looking to tie the game up.
Yeah, Milford with 2 shots is there in the bonus. That was number 1 on Beveridge. First free throw on the way is good for Jacob.
These minutes by Jacob and company is going to pay dividends because now Coach Roth is able to rest Crabtree potentially for the rest of the first half.
Second one on the way. It's also good for Kylie Jacob. We are tied at 30 with 27 seconds to go in the second quarter. Here comes Gothenburg. We had a buzzer beater from beyond half court in the first quarter. Can Gothenburg answer with a buzzer beater of their own? 13 to go in the first half to Wyatt. Wyatt to the perimeter. 7 on the game clock. Now to Beveridge. Beveridge crosses over. Mid-range jumper. Too short. Rebound collected by Milford. And there's the horn. Your score at halftime. We are tied at 30 apiece between Milford and Gothenburg here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with your halftime show on 93.7 The Ticket.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
Your possibilities are endless at Doane University. Rooted in liberal arts, you can choose from undergraduate and graduate programs, all delivering real-world experience. At Doane University, we take a personal approach to education, giving you the guidance you need to own your future. It's not just our long history of innovative learning, it's the feeling of being surrounded by possibilities that makes us different. Now is your time. Apply today at doane.edu/apply.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com. Parents deal with a lot of what-ifs. What if my child gets a scholarship? What if they don't? What if they go to college? Or what if they pursue a trade? Nest 529 makes it easy to save for higher education costs, so you're always prepared for life's what-ifs. Learn more at nest529.com/hoops. Check with your home state to learn if it offers tax or other benefits for investing in its own 529 plan. Investment products are not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee. General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
A membership with John Henry's will fast-track you to front-of-the-line service, seasonal tune-ups, and far fewer unexpected moments. That means no breakdowns, no waiting on a call, and no nonsense. It's consistent care that prevents small issues from turning into big bills. Join the Comfort Club and get VIP treatment 365 days a year with 24-hour priority response, member-only discounts, and peace of mind on your home's most expensive systems. Call
John Henry's.
John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air.
And electrical.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
State high school basketball coverage from Pinnacle Bank Arena is proudly sponsored by Peru State College, Nebraska's first college helping students excel on and off the court for more than 150 years. At Peru State College, you'll find affordable tuition, a close-knit community, and flexible programs designed to fit your goals. Whether you plan to compete in college athletics or get involved across campus, Peru State helps you reach your full potential in the classroom and beyond. Pursue your potential at Peru State College. Learn more about programs, scholarships, and book your campus visit at peru.edu.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Attention, Nebraska sports fans. Are you ready to take your skills to the next level? The Army National Guard is looking for leaders who are dedicated, driven, and ready to make a difference. Join up and gain invaluable experience while serving your country with a flexible schedule, competitive benefits, and a chance to build a strong future. Learn more at nationalguard.com/Nebraska. Live here, serve here. The Nebraska Army National Guard. Guard the good life.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls' state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Sainert alongside the Husker Hall of Famer Jay Foreman here, as at the half we are tied. We're deadlocked at 30 apiece between Gothenburg and Milford. And Jay, for a while there, Gothenburg led by as many as, 12. With 35 seconds to go in the first quarter, they led by as many as 12. Milford then went on a little 5-0 run to end the first quarter. Obviously, the half-court shot by Abby Crabtree helps out with that. But then a good job by Milford just staying the course, staying with it, and we're tied at 30.
Yeah, being down as many as 12 and 14 points, at the end of the first quarter and early in the second quarter, it showed some intestinal fortitude by Milford. Staying the process, big half for Crabtree, got her some rest, and then you start to see Rottenberg and Miller start to come alive a little bit. I think we're in for a pretty good second half.
30-30 is your score. The leaders at the break, obviously, Shayla Rottenberg, 7 points, 10 rebounds for her. She also has 2 blocks. 5 of those rebounds are on the offensive glass, 5 of them on the defensive end as well. But Abby Crabtree leads the way in points, 14 total points, 2 assists to her stat line. No real foul trouble for Milford, but for Gothenburg, a little bit of a different story. You have 2 players, 2 of their starters to be specific, that will be in foul trouble to even start the third quarter, if you will. They have 3 fouls, and that is Lindley Anderson and Halsey Tamala.
Yeah, they have to be a little bit careful, but I don't think Gothenburg is going to really change their stripes. Beveridge and Tamala have played really good. They're really quick, and they get some offensive rebounds and get everybody some more shots. But defensively, because they like to go into a little bit of a 1-3-1 full court, kind of a ghost pressure, but they try to trap, right? But you don't want to pick up a cheap foul early now, because you can do that and be over aggressive when you had the double-digit lead. Now it's essentially the game starting over 30-30. If they have to sit out for an extended amount of time, it definitely weighs over to Milford to have the advantage.
It's like it's a 2-quarter game. We're tied at 30 here as we get ready to start the third quarter in about 3 minutes of time. We'll step aside, come back to Pinnacle Bank Arena in our first Class C1 semifinal of the day between Milford and Gothenburg. Jay Foreman, Nick Sander with you on 93.7 The Ticket.
Spring sports are here, and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill welcomes out-of-towners to Lincoln for state high school basketball and congratulates your schools on making it to the tournament. Your local bar is comfortable and you know the regulars. Find that experience at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, where it's a small-town feel with lots of space. Big groups are more than welcome, so come on by before or after your team plays to experience great food, great drinks, and great times, all at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, downtown at 10th and P.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Parents deal with a lot of what-ifs. What if my child gets a scholarship? What if they don't? What if they go to college? Or what if they pursue a trade? Nest 529 makes it easy to save for higher education costs, so you're always prepared for life's what-ifs. Learn more at nest529.com/hoops. Check with your home state to learn if it offers tax or other benefits for investing in its own 529 plan. Investment products are not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee.
Winning is about more than wanting it. It's about working for it. As Bulldogs, we see that hard work pay off every day. In the classroom, in our faith, in competition. At Concordia, the momentum is building, and you can be a part of it. Join a winning team at Concordia University, Nebraska.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Alrighty, as we are underway in the third quarter, Abby Crabtree will bring it up the floor for the Milford Eagles. Ashlyn Miller has the basketball, and we are tied at 30 if you've just now joined us. Down low to Rottenberg, layup in the lane, no good. She smoked it, and a foul on the rebound attempt as Miller went over the top of Zoe Beveridge for Gothenburg.
Yeah, Rottenberg had a little bit of a body contact. She probably just need to gain her balance to be a little bit more patient. I think the physicality, like you said, is throwing the whole Milford team off. And then Gothenburg has done a really good job of playing physical defense, but not fouling too much, even though they have two of their star players in foul trouble.
30-30 your score. We are tied up in the early stages of the third quarter. Here on the top of the key with it is Wyatt. Wyatt now passes off. She gets it back, though, at the top, guarded by Kylie Jacob. Now gives it to Tamala, who had to sit down for the final 4.5 minutes or so of that second quarter with foul trouble. 3-point try on the way, just a tad too strong, and the rebound is grabbed by Ashlyn Miller for Milford, and she gives it off to Crabtree, who brings it up the timeline. Now across, pass down low, and another missed layup by Rottenberg.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity. That's what I was talking about in the first half. That's what the secondary break needs to be. One pass, dump it in there. Really good hands, just a bad shot.
And Tamala is able to hit her third three of the day. 16 points now for Halsley Tamala.
Yeah, she's a problem. You come down and give her a little bit of a space. It's a quick release, and it's been on point up to this point.
Abby Crabtree with the basketball now has it at the top of the key, guarded by Ellie Wyatt. She dribbles right side on her and stops the elbow, passes it through. 3-point trying to answer Miller. That one rims out. Offensive rebound, Cisneros. The putback is good. She chose not to use the backboard. Didn't matter.
Good job there by Cisneros, following the shot, being patient and getting an easy 2 points.
Beveridge going to work, finds a trailer. Now passes right side Tamala. Screen left. Tamala pops another tray on the way. Off back iron. Rebound fought for, bounced around, and a foul is called against Gothenburg, as Jacob for Milford was in there trying to get the defensive rebound in the middle of two maroon jerseys.
That's a good box out by Jacob, getting her body on it and then attacking the ball, causing Gothenburg to pick up the first foul of the second half.
33-32 is your score. 6:09 to go in the third quarter here. Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman with you from PBA in Lincoln as the Class C1 semifinals underway. At halftime, it was 30-30. Now it's 33-32 Gothenburg. On the right side, Crabtree with the basketball, dribbling with her left hand, now picks it up after she extinguishes it. Now gives it off to Miller. Miller drives on the left block. Great move. Step through. Good patience by Miller to put Milford up front.
That's what you're going to do. Obviously, everybody, all the eyes are on Rottenberg. Miller's going to have opportunities to get one-on-one. She's got to cash in.
Here is Beveridge, guarded by Cisneros. Calls for the screen right. Now she dribbles to the right side, working past Rottenberg. Passes through to Everett. Everett to number 14, Ellie Wyatt. She misses the three badly as that one airballs out of bounds. It'll go to the Milford Eagles.
Yeah, this game is going to come down to the wire. So it's good defense there by Milford. Sometimes when you come out and give up two easy baskets, you can kind of get down in the dumps. They're just starting to systematically work their way back into this game.
34-33 your score, as Milford will have to deal with the extended pressure of Gothenburg. Now they'll back off after Crabtree just dribbles it across the timeline. 5:22 to play, third quarter, 34-33. Milford on top of Gothenburg by one. Winner goes to the state title. Neither of these teams has won the elusive championship, as this one deflected out of bounds on the entry pass. It stays down low here on this end of the floor with the Milford Eagles.
You know, when you look at Gothenburg and you say, okay, they don't have the size that, they're in a disadvantage size-wise. Well, Tamala's 5'11", Anderson 6 foot. Normally, they would have the size advantage. They're tough characters in there.
They got to throw it up top, and Crabtree chases it down near the logo. As Bryce Roth, the head coach of Milford, just says slow things down, calls out a play. Here's Crabtree. Left side, she steps through. Her shot is blocked, and the rebound is tipped. Up the floor, it goes to Aubrey Hall. Aubrey Hall getting chased down from behind. She loses the basketball into the hands of the Eagles. Now Crabtree with it. Crabtree gets doubled. She already used her dribble. She underhands it over up the floor, passing to Miller. Miller left-handed layup, good.
Good job there by Jacob, not being over zealous and get a travel. Good dish to Miller, easy 2 points.
Beveridge hasn't attempted a shot in a few minutes. We'll see if that changes here. Beveridge trying to make it happen. Floater on the way from her will not go. Rebound collected by Rottenberg and passed up the floor to Jacob. Jacob now to Crabtree. 4:20 to go in the third quarter. 36-33. Number one Milford on top of Gothenburg by 3. The Eagles have the basketball, working right to left from our vantage point, sitting courtside. Crabtree pulls up from deep. It's good.
Crabtree is still on fire. the fiery competitor. Big three extends the lead for Milford. Milford's going to start packing that defense in the lane. Coach Strasser needs a timeout to have to recoup. The first time they haven't had any momentum on their side.
Gothenburg trails by 6. It's a full timeout halfway through the third quarter of play. From PBA, this is Girls State Basketball on 93.7 The Ticket.
Winning is about more than wanting it. It's about working for it. As Bulldogs, we see that hard work pay off every day. In the classroom, in our faith, in competition. At Concordia, the momentum is building, and you can be a part of it. Join a winning team at Concordia University, Nebraska.
Welcome back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket. Calling all the action, here is Nick Sainert.
That is right, Nick Sainert back with you alongside Jay Foreman from Pinnacle Bank Arena. As it's always good to see additional folks start to show up on semifinal Friday.
Yeah.
It'll be busier along Media Row on Championship Saturday, but the real one's here since Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we always do. We put in the time, and that's why we're the best. And you're the best, Nick. You know that? I just wanted to tell you that.
It is 39-33. 4:04 to go in the third quarter. Milford leads it by 6 over the Gothenburg Swedes. Here is Wyatt. Wyatt to Tamala. Tamala dribbles from the right elbow to left elbow. Three-pointer on the way. Beveridge, they needed that one. That one's tipped out of bounds. Last touched by Rottenberg, and so Gothenburg retains possession.
Yeah, deep shot there. You would like to see Rottenberg get that rebound, but Gothenburg's going to get back to their plan. I think coming out of timeout, they're trying to get a good shot for either Beveridge or Tamala.
Here is Beveridge driving baseline floater, uncontested. She just missed it. And I think if you ask head coach Tim Strasser that one, you're happy with that shot.
Yeah, that's one she normally makes, but I think the size in there of the Twin Towers probably confused her a little bit.
Layup for Rottenberg is good, just over the much shorter defender, Aaliyah Carlson, and Rottenberg able to get another 2 points. Milford starting to extend their lead. They're up by 8, 41-33. Tamala on the right side of the lane passes it through, and it's taken away by Rottenberg.
Good idea there. Tamala tried to hit Anderson on a backdoor cut.
And now here's Miller. Layup in the lane is good. The passing, the quick, crisp passing of Milford starting to cost some fits for Gothenburg.
The rim run secondary break is paying off dividends in the second half for Milford. That's a halftime adjustment by Coach Ross.
Ellie Wyatt spin move. Rottenberg bumps her, and that's a blocking foul on Shayla Rottenberg.
Yeah, good job there by Wyatt trying to get into the lane, drew the foul. Sometimes when you draw a foul on an opposing team, it just slows down the momentum a little bit. Gothenburg's got to get a good shot, and obviously would like to get a 2 or 3 here, but Milford is starting to find their rhythm offensively and especially defensively.
It is 43-33. Milford out in front by 10 over the Swedes of Gothenburg. Gothenburg led for much of that first half, and then it was tied at the break at 30 apiece. Now Milford's come out guns a-blazing in the second half. Tamala in the lane. She lost the basketball, and Abby Crabtree comes up with a loose ball for Milford.
You know, the defensive stop has allowed Milford to play at their place, right? Better defense, but then also it's lessened the chance that Gothenburg can extend their pressure.
On the right side, it's Jacob. Kylie Jacob with the basketball. Dribble center of the lane. Layup, or rather, excuse me, she passes out of the would-be layup to Miller. Miller on the left side. She'll try the layup, but the bucket is good with the foul, and that adds on to a 15-0 run that Milford is currently on.
Yeah, really good job there by Miller. Ball fake, got to the left hand, up off the glass, through contact. So now you're seeing Miller starting to come alive. You had Crabtree all first half, Miller, now Rottenberg. Now you're starting to see why Milford's coming in as the number 1 seed at 25-1.
Ashlyn Miller is at the line to shoot one more free throw. 2:33 to go in the third quarter. That foul, by the way, was on Tamala. That's her 4th.
Yeah, that's almost 2 bonuses there, right? You got the best player in foul trouble, and then now she's off the court.
Here's Beveridge, the floater in the lane. It's good. Much needed bucket to stop the 16-0 run that Milford was on.
Yeah, you probably could have called that. Beveridge is going to try to force the action. She's a really good player.
Here's Jacob on the right side for Milford, up by 11. Kylie Jacob fires the 3 on the way. It's no good. Rebound fought for, and it will be out of bounds. Last touched by Gothenburg. Yeah, they initially pointed towards Gothenburg's way, saying that it was last touched by Milford. It was not even close. The official made a mistake, changed it.
Now Coach Roth can kind of really get his two big post people some rest. You saw Rottenberg go out. Miller's out now. Now with the lead, they can kind of play with their lineups a little bit.
Crabtree with the basketball. She is fouled on the reach-in by Ellie Wyatt.
Yeah, a little frustration starting to come out on Gothenburg. The pressure's getting a little bit too up close to the body, but Milford's got to find a way to keep this momentum. Gothenburg can string together 10 to 20 point runs here. You can't get too relaxed here with a little bit over a quarter left in the game.
Here's the sideline inbound. They got to throw it into the backcourt into Crabtree. 46-35, your score, 2:02 to go in the third quarter. Milford up by 11. Crabtree with the Eagles in the midst of a 16-2 run. Stops at the top of the key, passes off to Braylon Moeller. Now Cisneros to Crabtree. Crabtree on the left side. Fakes right, goes left, baseline jumper. It is no good, bounces off. Good rebound and good box out by Gothenburg. Outlet pass up the floor to Wyatt. Wyatt, nobody stopping ball all the way to the rack. And a blocking foul is called, and Wyatt will go to the line to shoot two.
Good job by Wyatt in Gothenburg. Off the miss, coming up the sideline, fast break, saw the advantage, got the foul, now at the free throw line.
So Ellie Wyatt to the line to shoot two shots. Gothenburg down by 11, 46-35. At one point, Gothenburg led the rebounding 15-5. Now they trail the rebounding margin 28-24. Now a large part of that's just shot-making ability and defensive rebound, but it seems like Milford's adjusted to the physicality of this game.
Yeah, I think it's at first it caught them by surprise. They slowly but surely adjusted to it. Now they're probably taking advantage of it, using it against Gothenburg while they're in foul trouble.
It is now 46-37 with 1:38 to go in the third quarter. Milford has it. Crabtree right side. Jacob three-point try on the way. Just barely grazed the front rim. There goes Beveridge. One-on-one break as Crabtree chases her down the floor. She bumps her en route to the goal. No shot. It's a foul on the floor, so baseline inbound coming up. Not a bad deal for Milford. You get to set up your half-court defense.
Yeah, but a really smart play there by Beveridge, getting Milford with 4 fouls left, a little bit over a minute because they drive and kick. And one thing I want to say is Beveridge's dad played with me at Nebraska. Oh, Tommy Beveridge. Good athlete, yeah. But I think all the athletic ability came from her mom. But she's a pretty good player. Smart play there, right? Now they get to set up their half-court offense. Now Milford gets to rest a little bit, brought Miller back in the game. But you're able to maybe try to make some hay at the free throw line if you're able to draw another foul.
So Gothenburg gets it in now to Beveridge. Beveridge here with it. Left wing three ball on the way, and it rattled halfway down and out. Rottenberg clears the glass. That could have been monumental for Gothenburg if that one would have fallen. Here's Jacob, top of the key. Now left side right in front of us, near corner on the left side to Miller. Down low, Rottenberg just catches it over two players, gets her own miss. The putback is good.
Good hands there by Rottenberg. Good pass. Keeps it above her head. Missed it. Was able to get it right back. Easy 2 points.
48-37 with less than a minute to go in the third quarter. Wyatt in the lane. The layup is no good. How about this? Wyatt was behind the backboard when she shot that shot, but still drew the foul.
Yeah, and she kind of lunged herself into Rottenberg, forcing the ref to make a call. She was vertically, but she wasn't stationary. It's probably a subjective call, but a good job there by Wyatt getting to the free throw line, trying to dig into this deficit.
So Ellie Wyatt at the line to shoot two shots for Gothenburg. First one on the way. It is no good. Gothenburg on the day. That's their first time they missed a free throw. Previously, they were 4 for 4. Free throws, a little bit of a differential as Milford has attempted 17. Gothenburg is about to attempt their 6th.
A little bit of different styles, Nick, obviously. And so when you work inside out, you get more chances at the free throw line.
And the second free throw also no good. Shayla Rottenberg collects her 15th rebound. Here is Abby Crabtree. She brings it up the floor. Across the timeline, gets doubled. Now pass up the floor is deflected. Last touched by Gothenburg. And it stays on this end with Milford.
Yeah, Coach Roth is probably trying to maybe, if he's thinking about it, maybe try to go 2 for 1 here to end this third quarter. But also he's got to be very careful, though. Rottenberg has 3 fouls. If you have a quick shot, you get into a fast break, you can set up your big center there for potentially picking up her 4th foul.
Sideline inbound coming up. 48-37 your score. Here on the right side, Crabtree. Crabtree looking around. Throws it left side directly in front of us to Miller now. Cross-court pass risky. Somehow gets through 2 defenders. In the lane, Crabtree misses, airballs the floater. Here comes Gothenburg. Should have had a steal previously, but they still get a stop nonetheless. Into the far corner, Aubrey Hall thought about the three, dribble, drive, the layup, no good, too strong, put back, try, blocked by Rottenberg again. Here comes Jacob with 13 on the game clock to Crabtree. Thought about the three, decides to slow it down. 9 seconds on the game clock. It's 5 on the game clock. Crabtree on the right side hesitates, gets it to Rottenberg on the roll. Layup will not go. There's the horn. And after 3 quarters of play, the Milford Eagles stormed out, and they outscored Gothenburg 18-7 in the third quarter of play. We'll step aside, come back to quarter number 4 here in the Class C1 semifinal on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back in. Start of the fourth quarter here. 48-37 is your score. Milford on top of Gothenburg as Milford outscored the Swedes 18-7 in that third quarter. Here in the near corner, it's Cisneros. Cisneros gets doubled, looking for help. She dribbled off her foot. We have a whistle and a timeout called by Bryce Roth on that Milford sideline. That's just a 30-second timeout, so we'll go ahead and keep it here. Jay, if you're Gothenburg here, I mean, what do you do as you're down by 11 after being tied at the half?
Well, right now you're going to have to empty the tank, right? So you're going to have to talk to Tamala. We're going to need you to play the whole fourth quarter. You got to get her and Beveridge back in line and get in rhythm. So we're going to play our game. We're going to try to get some threes, but we're not going to shoot threes automatically. We're going to try to get to the rim. We're trying to try to get to the free throw line, maybe draw a forced foul on Rottenberg, and then really crank up our pressure because we have more depth on our bench. That's how we're going to get into it. Now, you got to do it on the defensive end because the byproduct of that third quarter is Milford has all the confidence in the world.
Yeah.
They changed their offense a little bit. They got Miller rim running in their secondary fast break, and they're running high pick and roll with Rottenberg, and then having her dive is worked out where they're both starting to pick up their scoring pace.
48-37 is your score. 7:42 to go in the fourth quarter. Crabtree with it at the top of the key. Crosses over now, kicks far corner, 3-ball Cisneros, no good. Beveridge clears the glass for Gothenburg, and here come the Swedes. Across the timeline, down the floor, Tamala in the lane, layup good.
Just like clockwork, off the bench within the first minute or first 30 seconds, Tamala's back in the scoring column. Longer she and Beveridge can be on the court, works out better for Gothenburg coming back.
Tamala now with 18 points on the day. Milford with the basketball. They get it to Crabtree. She'll fire the three on the way. It's good, Abby Crabtree.
When you think about Crabtree this year to last year, I think it's a byproduct of their season. She's gotten so much better, and she's playing big time tonight.
Here's Tamala with it. Now looking, passes right side, three-point try, trying to answer. It's good. Lindley Anderson.
It's going to pick up here. You got two competitive games, two competitive teams, and Gothenburg is not going to go down without a fight.
Here we go as Abby Crabtree brings it across the timeline. Milford up by 9, early stages, fourth quarter. Down low, Miller in the lane, has a wide open teammate behind her, decided to go up with a contested shot over 2 Swede defenders, and it's no good. Here comes Beveridge. She gets picked up by Cisneros. Beveridge to Tamala, left side. Tamala in the lane, steps through, keeps her pivot, and she's fouled by Crabtree reaching in.
Yeah, a little bit of a ticky-tack foul there, but Crabtree probably overzealous. Thought she could get a steal, but a good job by Tamala being patient, keeping her pivot foot, and drawing the foul early in the possession against Milford.
51-42, your score in favor of the Milford Eagles. Crabtree will sit down as that's 4 fouls on her.
Yeah, we talked about Tamala and Beveridge over there with the 3 fouls, and obviously Tamala has 4. That's a big one for Milford considering Crabtree's performance this morning.
Here is Beveridge. She fires a 3 left side. It's good. Gothenburg is within 6.
Yeah, those two are a problem. I said it's early in the fourth quarter. This is when they're going to make the run as a coach. And whether you had the lead or trying to knock into the lead, the first 3 minutes in the fourth quarter are paramount.
That is Beveridge's second 3 of the day. Down low, Miller on the block, on the doorstep, puts up a contested shot. No good. Put back, Rottenberg won't fall. Rebound tipped out by Rottenberg. It'll be Gothenburg basketball.
2 easy bunnies. You think that normally Miller and Rottenberg can cash in, but I think the physicality and obviously a little bit of the strength of Gothenburg has continued to pay off. Now, when you have a 6-point lead, when you had a 13-point lead, you can't clock watch, right? There's 6 minutes left. You got to keep playing. You got to expect Gothenburg to make a run. You got to withstand it and make your own.
Here's Beveridge, top of the key. She had a 3 a moment ago, steps back, and to Tamala she goes. She fires a 3 on the way. It's good! 3-point game!
Yeah, big-time shot. The two-man game, Beveridge and Tamala pay off, and then you have Anderson right there waiting in the wings. Coach Roth is going to have to think about bringing Crabtree back.
Bryce Roth wants to talk things over. Crabtree's coming into the game. It's a full timeout, and Gothenburg is on a 9-0 run. We step aside, come back in 30 seconds here on 93.7 The Ticket.
State high school basketball coverage from Pinnacle Bank Arena is proudly sponsored by Peru State College, Nebraska's first college, helping students excel on and off the court for more than 150 years. At Peru State College, you'll find affordable tuition, a close-knit community, and flexible programs designed to fit your goals. Whether you plan to compete in college athletics or get involved across campus, Peru State helps you reach your full potential in the classroom and beyond. Pursue your potential at Peru State College. Learn more about programs, scholarships, and book your campus visit at peru.edu.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls' state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
All right, as Pinnacle Bank Arena gets ready to see 5 more semifinal matchups today, this has been a great way to start. 51-48 is your score. 5:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Milford leads by 3. Gothenburg is in the midst of a 9-0 run, though.
Yeah, Gothenburg is not going to go down without a fight. And the 2 superstars there, Tamala and obviously Beveridge, are starting to pick it up here. So Milford's got to get something going.
Here's Cisneros. She'll fire the 3 on the way. It's good. Milford's up by 6.
Hesitation on the shot, but it was money. Big shot there by the guard.
Here's Beveridge. Beveridge to Ellie Wyatt for Gothenburg. Gothenburg with the basketball, down by 6, 54-48. 5:02 to play in the ball game. They run Beveridge away from the ball on a screen. She steps back, pops the 3 on the way. No good. Rottenberg clears the glass for Milford, and they give it to number 1, Kylie Jacob, who is fouled on her way across the timeline.
Yeah, Hall tried to stop Jacob getting into the fast break or secondary break. Not a bad foul because Miller was almost wide open underneath the hoop. So good foul there by number 22, Aubrey Hall.
4 minutes and 50 seconds to play in the C1 semis. On the right side, Jacob. Jacob with the basketball. She'll fire on the 3 on the way. It's good. 2 straight for Milford.
Yeah, Milford said, look, we saw Beveridge and Tamala hit 3s. Jacob, and then Cicero before that. 2 big 3s forcing Gothenburg to burn a timeout.
Just like that, Gothenburg needs to call a timeout. We're back to a 9-point differential, 57-48 with 4:33 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll step aside, come back 30 seconds here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill welcomes out-of-towners to Lincoln for state high school basketball and congratulates your schools on making it to the tournament. Your local bar is comfortable and you know the regulars. Find that experience at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, where it's a small-town feel with lots of space. Big groups are more than welcome, so come on by before or after your team plays to experience great food, great drinks, and great times, all at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, downtown at 10th and P.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls' state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back in. Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nick Sainert alongside Jay Foreman. 57-48 is your score. Gothenburg trails by 9, but they can shoot it as from 3-point range. They've hit 10 3-point shots today. 10 of 26 to be exact. Here on the left side, it's Ellie Wyatt. She gets it into the far corner to Beveridge. Beveridge to Tamala. Tamala fires the 3 on the way. It's good. Halsey Tamala keeps on delivering.
Yeah, she's been on a heater. The only thing that stopped her is a little bit of foul trouble. She's going to keep Gothenburg in this game until the very end.
Tamala now up to 24 points for Gothenburg on the right side. Newton in for Milford. Milford to Jacob. Jacob to Cisneros. She runs it around the perimeter now to Newton again. Newton in the far corner, guarded by Tamala with those 4 fouls. Down low to Rottenberg. Rottenberg underneath the hoop. She puts up a shot, no good, and it goes out of bounds. Last touched by Gothenburg.
Yeah, Gothenburg is doing a good job of Rottenberg is doubling her, and then when she brings that ball down, they're bumping her a little bit. She's having trouble finishing around the hoop.
57-51 is your score. 3:51 to go in the fourth quarter. Milford up by 6. Baseline inbound. Rottenberg to inbound. They get it to Crabtree. Crabtree also has 4 fouls for Milford. Here on the left side, it's Ashlyn Miller. Miller now right side to Jacob. Now into the far corner to Cisneros. Cisneros to Miller. Miller drives in along that right elbow, reverses the lane, now spins, pivots, fades away, jumper, good.
Yeah, the double team automatically on Rottenberg is set up one-on-one for Miller. She's cashing in the second half.
Here's Beveridge, left side, 3-point try on the way. No good, too strong. Rebound caroms into the hands of Gothenburg. Another opportunity. Contested floater, won't fall. Rottenberg skies high for the defensive rebound.
Great rebound there by Rottenberg. She came out of nowhere, kept it above her head. Another possession for Milford to extend this lead.
Here's Crabtree with Milford up by 8. 59-51, 3:08 to play in the fourth quarter. Crabtree with the basketball. Now throws it cross court into the far corner on the right side to Cisneros. To Jacob inside the lane. Down low to Rottenberg. Pass deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Rottenberg. And the referees are going to convene and see if they need to change the call here.
Yeah, I think the side ref probably had a little bit more angle and some encouragement there by Coach Roth.
It is going to be Gothenburg basketball.
Ooh. But an 8-point lead there for Milford. They just got to keep at it because Gothenburg is starting to heat up from 3. You got to keep your eyes on Tamala, and obviously you cannot let Beveridge get loose. You got to think where 11 of 28 there for Gothenburg, 7 of 16 for Milford. Both teams are shooting pretty good from 3-point range.
All right, Gothenburg with the basketball, down by 8. 2:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Plenty of time. Tamala, another 3-point try. That one no good, unsuccessful, as Rottenberg comes away with it, and a whistle and a foul is called against Gothenburg.
Big physical rebound there by Rottenberg, and she is cleaning up the boards. 20 rebounds, 11 points, 20 rebounds. I know she's a little frustrated from the field, but she's doing her job on the defensive end and on the offensive boards. And so when you look at Milford, you got 15 from Miller, 11 from Rottenberg, 20 from Crabtree, 5 big points from Jacobs as well. Big 3 here just recently.
Yeah, to that point, 4 of 16 from the field today for Shayla Rottenberg. That pass to Jacob. Jacob now looking around. She'll throw it over the top, and a timeout called by Bryce Roth and Milford. It's a full timeout. We'll step aside with them and come back in 60 seconds here on 93.7 The Ticket.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Welcome back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket. Calling all the action, here is Nick Sainert.
Welcome back into Pinnacle Bank Arena as Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman with you. Austin Orman will have the call along with Jay to come in our second C1 semifinal matchup, Fort Calhoun versus Malcolm. That should be a good one as Fort Calhoun was able to make the upset, a 7 seed over a 2 seed over Lincoln Christian over at the Devaney Center in game number 1 for Class C1. All right, 59-51, Jay. Gothenburg down by 8. Where are we at if you're Gothenburg?
Well, Gothenburg's going to, it look like, judging by that last defensive possession, they're going to start taking some chances, right? They're going to try to trap the ball. So if I'm Milford, if I'm Coach Ross, I'm telling my guards and even my two forwards, you got to go get the ball and obviously be strong when you catch it. Gothenburg is awful physical, but you can pick up some points at the free throw line.
Here on the right side, it's Crabtree. Crabtree for Milford. Into the near corner, Cisneros. Cisneros' pass is blocked, and a whistle and a foul called from the opposite side of the floor. And I think they're going to get number 31, that is, on Gothenburg, Aubrey Cross.
It's crucial now for Milford with 2 minutes and 13 seconds left. Continue to play to win. Don't play not to lose. Don't clock watch. You got to be aggressive, but you got to be calculated.
Here is Crabtree. Crabtree on the right side of the lane. Looks for a pass. Gets it to Cisneros. Back to Crabtree. We are approaching 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. Crabtree now to Miller. Miller dribble drive in the lane. The floater, no good. Rebound collected by Tamala. A big stop and empty possession there for Gothenburg as Beveridge brings it up the floor. A lot of PBA is on their feet here down to Lindley Anderson. Now that pass unable to be hauled in by number 14, Ellie Wyatt, and Gothenburg turns it over.
Yeah, Anderson had it on the low block there. Figured she couldn't score against Rottenberg. Good back cut there by Wyatt, but the pass was just too low and off her foot.
59-51 your score. 1 minute, 40 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. Crabtree now to Jacob. Jacob with the basketball on the right side. Spins around a couple of times. Now she fakes the handoff. Now this pass taken away by Tamala. In transition, Crabtree has to just watch as Tamala misses it. And we have a foul called against Aubrey Cross. That's a layup that Tamala is going to want back.
Yeah, she usually makes those. She's been hot this second half and essentially all game. Left it a little bit too low. Maybe got sped up a little bit. Good job there by Jacob getting back on defense. Now, you're seeing right now where Gothenburg extended their pressure. Full court, man-to-man. So if I'm Coach Ross, I'm thinking about who I want in if I'm going to need an extra guard, whether it's Miller or Rottenberg is going to be out just initially when we get across half court.
59-51 your score, 1:26 to go in the fourth quarter. They get it into Rottenberg. Rottenberg looking around. They get it back to Cisneros. Cisneros now to Miller, and they allow her to cross the timeline. Miller into Rottenberg. Rottenberg has it above her head to Jacob. Now Crabtree. This is not who you necessarily want to foul, as Crabtree has the basketball working on Ellie Wyatt. Left side, back to Crabtree. 14 on the possession. Milford can milk this to within 50 seconds on the game clock here. 7 seconds on the possession. Now you don't want to foul. Oh, and now you foul with 5 seconds on the possession. You wasted so much time.
Yeah, Wyatt right there should have had a little bit more patience. When you get that deep in the shot clock, you might as well finish out the possession, and you put Crabtree at the free throw line. That's not the player you want to foul on Milford. But Gothenburg still has a chance to only get down by 8, potentially only down by 10.
So here, Abby Crabtree from the line today, 4 for 5, now 5 for 6 after she makes the first.
This is a big game from Crabtree. I said it earlier, for Milford to come in the number 1 seed, obviously you knew Miller and Rottenberg was really good last year, but they had to grow up a little bit from the guard position. Crabtree has done so, and you're seeing it this morning on display here at PBA.
Second one on the way for Crabtree is also good, and we have a whistle substitution here. They don't want to have Crabtree in there on defense with those 4 fouls. So Gothenburg to inbounds, down by 10. Here comes Beveridge. Beveridge crossing over. Now hesitates. She'll pull up from 3 on the way. It's no good. The rebound will go out of bounds. Last touched by Gothenburg. And it'll be Milford basketball down by 10, 61-51. And I think Gothenburg is about to call a timeout in just a moment. They will. So we will step aside one final time. It's a full timeout on the floor. 30 seconds, and we'll come back here on 93.7 The Ticket.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Welcome back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket. Calling all the action, here is Nick Sainert.
Welcome back in. Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman here at Pinnacle Bank Arena as the C1 semifinal coming to a close here in just a moment. 61-51 is your score. Milford used a big second half, and they've been able to get the best of Gothenburg. We'll see what Gothenburg decides to do, if they want to foul or if they just let this one go out with 45 seconds to go.
Well, you're going to have to foul and just hope that Milford doesn't make any free throws and you start making a couple quick layups and a three. I mean, if you're going to try to play this possession, you only have 10 seconds left to score 10 points. That's not going to work.
So here comes Cisneros to inbound. They get into Crabtree. Crabtree gets trapped now to Miller. Miller looking around, and the pass back to Crabtree, back to Miller. Good passing, and it's Miller now left side Cisneros. Cisneros is going to probably get fouled here. They do foul her, and Cisneros will be at the line to shoot 2 shots.
Yeah, a little bit late, though, Nick. You allowed almost 20 seconds to go off the game clock there, and now you're looking at it, you're down by 10 at the best case scenario with limited time. And so Gothenburg's going to keep playing, try to come back, and it's hard to come back in that amount of time, but I thought you should have fouled quickly to try to get some more possession.
Cisneros with 2 free throws. First one on the way is good. She has 6 points now on the morning.
But hit a big three. I think her three was one to start that big run when the game started to get tight. I think they were only up by 3. She hit a 3, and then Jacob come back and hit another 3, and then you start to see Miller and Rottenberg go to work.
Second one on the way is also good. And Crabtree will sub out as Newton subs in. And with 35 seconds to go, it's a 12-point Milford lead. Here across the timeline, Ellie Wyatt. Wyatt now looking. They're trying to get Beveridge open. They get her open. Now to Tamala. Pass intercepted. It's taken away by Milford as Jacob has the basketball, and she'll be fouled with 20 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. And Milford can start to smell it.
Yeah.
Championship berth.
Yeah, they got there last year, just lost the game to Lincoln Christian. Now they're able to try to see if they can win their first one. And for Gothenburg, very senior-laden team, obviously one junior in Beveridge. It's a really good year for them. Well coached. I like their style. I just think when Milford started to catch up and play in their rhythm, play a little bit faster, not in a hurry, it was just a little bit too much there for Gothenburg. I think the foul trouble of Tamala in the first half really allowed Milford to come back and tie the game going into halftime.
So here we go. One more free throw for Jacob on the way. It is also no good. Rebounded by Tamala. They have 20 seconds to work with as Milford will win. And we have a whistle and a timeout called by Gothenburg. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll go ahead and keep it here. 14 seconds to play here. 63-51 is your score. Milford will be victorious over Gothenburg here in just a few moments.
Hey, Nick, I want to know, what do you think about your boy over there with the velour, purple velour tracksuit? Straight across.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
But would you ever, what would it take for me to get you in something like that?
Not much.
I bet it would.
Not much. I don't know if I would ever wear my hat backwards, but I'd rock that velour tracksuit.
You don't wear a hat backwards?
Not in probably 25 years. Even more than that.
Backwards hats becoming popular,
Really?
It is. All right, 63-51 your score. 14 seconds to go until this one's over. Sideline inbound here for Gothenburg. Looking. They get it into Beveridge. Beveridge now back to Ellie Wyatt. Wyatt fires the 3 on the way. No good. Rebounded by Beveridge. Beveridge on the way. That one is no good. Rebounded by Milford. And they're going to let this one run out as Milford, for the second consecutive year, will go right back to the state championship. They will face the winner of Fort Calhoun and Malcolm. That one will be the game to follow as Milford is victorious 63-51. We'll step aside, come back in a few short minutes, and wrap this one up from PBA on 93.7 The Ticket.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
and electrical.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "you have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Winning is about more than wanting it. It's about working for it. As Bulldogs, we see that hard work pay off every day. In the classroom, in our faith, in competition. At Concordia, the momentum is building, and you can be a part of it. Join a winning team at Concordia University, Nebraska.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription, or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Welcome back to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket. Calling all the action, here is Nick Sainert.
Welcome back in. Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman with you. Your final score, once again, 63-51 in favor of Milford over Gothenburg. Jay, I mean, this was a first half that was dominated by Gothenburg. I'll say that, dominated. They were up by 11 points at one point. Their largest lead was 12 with 30 seconds left in the first quarter. And then the half-court shot certainly was big, but we sensed the momentum start to shift in the late stages of the first quarter, early stages second quarter. It was tied at halftime. Second half was all Milford.
Yeah, Milford got, once they found their rhythm and found a little bit of adjustments in their secondary break, they can't play at the pace that Gothenburg, but they played in their own place, and they used Miller to be the rim runner, some easy shots, opened it up for Crabtree. She came up big in the first half. It was Miller and Rottenberg in the second half, onward and upward for the Eagles.
So Milford will advance to tomorrow's Class C1 state championship game. They will get the winner of our game to come in a little over 15 minutes between the Malcolm Clippers and the Fort Calhoun Pioneers. Malcolm, the 3 seed, as Malcolm's the 3 seed. Fort Calhoun is the 7 seed, as Fort Calhoun got the upset over Lincoln Christian. Austin Orman and Jay Foreman will be on the call for that game. But once again, your final score in Gothenburg and Milford in our first C1 semifinal. Milford wins it, and they will return to the state championship game, trying to win their first in school history after a 63-51 win. A huge shout out to Rudy on the board back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios. We'll step aside, come back, send it back to the studio, and then Austin and Jay will have your call of our approximately 10:50 a.m. tip-off between Fort Calhoun and Malcolm on 93.7 The Ticket.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Biggest question people have is, how do I start the process? What is the process? I want to build a new home, but I don't know what the first step is.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
The first step is make an appointment. Come on into my office. Let's sit around the table. Let's talk about what you're looking for, what your needs are, what your budget might be. And let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. And get a house that you're going to be happy with. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done. Once you find a good lot, let's get it reserved because there's a very limited number of lots in this town. And then start designing that floor plan that's going to be perfect for you. Next thing you know, we're moving dirt.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
The wait is over. It's Truck Month at Anderson Ford, which means big selection and even bigger savings on Ford F-150s. Like lease a 2025 Ford F-150 for only $195 per month. The truck that's built to work hard and play hard. Another reason you'll experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1008409. Previous service letter. $195 per month for 36 months, 7,500 miles per year, 8,500 with tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 3/31/26.
Make your next event unforgettable with Grazing Gouda, your local artists and experts in charcuterie and grazed tables. From boardrooms to ballrooms, they turn gatherings into experiences with stunning spreads of artesian cheeses, cured meats, fresh fruits, and gourmet bites. Perfect for corporate luncheons, weddings, parties, or any celebration that deserves a wow moment. They handle the details. You take the compliments. Book your graze table today at GrazingGouda.com. Grazing Gouda, because every event deserves to be savored.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Tomorrow is about the lessons we learn today. A farmer's market teaches us that community is grown together. Kids laughing shows us how joy is easy. And coffee on the porch reminds us to savor every moment. These are the lessons that shape a tomorrow we all share. One filled with trust, good company, and wide open dreams. That's the way banking should be. And that's Pinnacle Bank. Member FDIC.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert.
Driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of BJ Bradford up the floor to Jack Hostrider. Watch out! Mafisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good!
It's on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome to a little bit of our in-between game breakdown here. Obviously, just finished up a great matchup between number 1 Milford and number 5 Gothenburg. Game finished here with a final score of 63-51. Milford looking dominant for a majority of the game. Huge momentum just through and throughout. Also had some fun with some half-court shooting there. Ended the first quarter with a half-court shot, which was always great to see. Winner of that will now be taking on the winner of the current game we're about to be having with Nick and Jay Foreman in the courtside booth for us. That'll be Fort Calhoun taking on number 3 Malcolm. Last night, Fort Calhoun had an overtime upset over Lincoln Christian, 57-56. We also have Lincoln North Star versus Millard West at 1:30 today. Winner of that will be taking on the winner of Kearney and Omaha North. Kearney finishes their win on the 4th against Lincoln Southwest, 55-51, while Omaha North finished with a 70-49 win over Omaha Westview. So some pretty good games here. Obviously, going down the line here, we got Norris, number 1 Norris, taking on Gretna East. Gretna East with a 54-41 win over Sydney, as well as Norris taking care of business against Blair, 64-33. Winner of that will be taking on the winner of number 2 Bennington and number 3 Pius X. Bennington put up a great game, won by 20 points against Scotts Bluff, 62-42, as well as Lincoln Pius X, 38-24 over their win against Beatrice. As always, we will be having full coverage here on 93.7 The Ticket. We got many games to get through today. Long and fun slate set up as well. Don't want to miss any of it for sure, but we will have our best guys out there. I believe Nick Seinert's taking a quick break from some games, but we will have Jay Foreman out there. We'll have Austin Orman. Foreman and Orman will be on the game for you. So just stay tuned with us, as well as some more scores around here. We can get them pulled up for sure. We had Dundee County Stratton defeating Archangels Catholic, 45 for your Tigers, beating the Defenders 25. Coming up next over there at the Devaney Center, getting a quick look here, we'll have Red Cloud and Wynant. Red Cloud took care of business, 62-53 last game against SEM is what we got on here, as well as Wynant taking a 54 overtime win over FCA's SH. Obviously, like we've been saying, some great games we're going to be getting into. A lot of great games. Sorry for that one there. We will have full coverage here on 93.7 The Ticket. Make sure to keep it tuned here for any of your Nebraska State girls basketball tournament coverage. It'll all be here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Whether that's Foreman and Norman, whether that's Nick Seinert in the booth, we got you covered here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.